Hey, great morning. Hope you guys all woke up grateful. Hope you reminded yourself of 5 things that you're grateful for. Hope you guys had a really great weekend. And yeah, yesterday I went live from outside, but I guess it didn't post. I was only on there short because my signal had cut out, but that's okay. Anyway, this morning I want to talk to you guys all about limitations because we all have them. All right. So I hope you guys are getting through your week great. I hope you're setting a high vibe. Hope you're getting past your own limits because we can all do more than we believe we can. And I hope you've set some goals for yourself, and I hope you're achieving them. And I hope slowly but surely you're feeling better. You're feeling better about yourself and your decisions that you're making, and you're getting on with it. So this morning I thought it was important to talk about limitations because we all have them. No matter what we believe, whether we believe we have no limits and all of this stuff, we all have limitations, and it's our belief systems that cause this stuff. Okay, we limit ourselves. We believe we can't go further than we're going. We believe that we can't get past certain things. We believe that, we can't make a difference in our lives or lives of others, but we can. We limit ourselves for all different kinds of reasons. Fear is primarily the biggest reason. I've talked about fear and trust, and I've talked about all kinds of things. But today I want you guys to take a look at your limitations, okay? Whether they're emotional, physical, spiritual. I really want you to take a look at what's limiting you. And push past it. See, this is the thing. I want you guys to push past it. I want you to push past any limitation you may think that you have for yourself. And just see how that feels. Go beyond. Just a little. And see how that feels. My point to all of this is I want you guys to get out of your comfort zones. Our limitations keep us stuck in comfort zones, which don't create change. And they're not healthy for anybody. So you got to push past that. You got to push past what you limit yourself with. Okay? And it all comes down to what we truly believe. And that's what really limits us. So I want you to expand a little bit today. Go a little bit further with what you think you can do. For yourself and for others. Go a little bit beyond your means of what you think you're bringing into this world. Be kind to somebody today. Compliment somebody that you don't know. Put a smile on somebody's face for no reason at all. And see how that makes you feel. And yeah, we can get up and we don't feel right, and we don't want to communicate, and we don't want to do this, and we don't want to do that, and it's just easier. Oh, there we go. Now you guys can see me. That bright light. Sun's beautiful. Anyway, I don't want you guys to limit yourselves today towards anything. Yeah. Push past it. Go into your unknown. This is a place, do you know that when you hit a limitation in your life, what you believe to be a limitation, you know what that sparks? Creativity, if you allow it to. Okay? things aren't always supposed to be smooth sailing, and we're not always supposed to just have whatever it is we want. And no, well, you know what? There's learning that has to be acquired in order to level up, in order to achieve certain things, in order to have certain things. And it seems like the world is based on, hey, I want this and I want that, and I want, you know what? The only thing I want is to be at peace, to be honest with you. Because being at peace opens up so many doors for me. I don't like it when the waters are rough. I've had enough of that in my life. And in that, living that way, it's limited me in many, many aspects. That's not who I am now. Okay? And I don't believe to be limited in any way. The only way I'm limited is when I allow myself to be. Now understand, I've had many physical limitations because of the way my body's working, but my body's healing. It's fixing itself. So what I've had to be limitations, I've pushed past them physically. No matter what it is, just a little bit, just a little bit. That's all I have to do. I just have to do a little bit more than what I did yesterday. And believe I'm not limited in any shape, way, or form. The universe is my playground. Okay? I can have anything I want. And so can you. Absolutely anything. What you believe is what it is. No matter what it is that you're believing. It's your own thoughts that create your limitations. It's your own subconscious that talks you out of things, limiting you because, hey, it wants to keep you safe. And it wants to keep you operating on the same system you have been operating for many years. So, when you see yourself being limited by your self-talk, go a little past that. Go deeper. Correct your self-talk. Okay? Ask yourself, why would I believe that I could be limited in the first place? I'm tapped into infinite, unconditional love that fuels me for my existence here. The world is never working against me. The universe is never working against me. The universe is only conspiring for my highest good. If you're a loving person, you're going to attract people who need that love in their life. Simple. But you can't be frustrated by that. You've got to be the loving person that you are and just push past any limitation that you may humanly think that you have. That's all. How do you do that? You take a deep breath and you correct your thoughts. And you watch things happen for you. Simple. It doesn't take great effort to be okay. Actually, it's one of the simplest things is to remain okay. Once you're okay. Okay? Because not being okay is what's limiting in your life. It's limiting your growth. It's limiting your capacity to love. It's limiting your capacity to learn. It's limiting your capacity to level up. But it's all a choice. You can choose to remain drifting through life, accepting all the limitations of other people, because people throw their limitations on you too, and their belief systems. And oh no, you shouldn't do this because this and that and that and that. That's limiting. How many people in your life are encouraging you? Take a look at that. See with that. If you have to, take a piece of pen and paper. like I do. I go back to the piece of paper and a pen. Why? Because it clearly works out the math for you, no matter what it is. All right, so you can take a piece of paper and a pen, and at the top of it, write down my limitations. Or write down everything that you believe is limiting you. Because you see, when you write all this stuff down, because when it's in our head playing it's working its magic, you actually believe it. You believe it. But when you put it on paper and you look at it, you sometimes come up with a different conclusion. And you can actually look at it and say, wow, I believe that? Where did that come from? Okay? And that's how you can change these belief systems and your limitations and all this stuff. Many years ago, I had it tattooed on my arm. Right here underneath the dynamite. Keep it simple. Less is more. Okay? No limits. I had to remind myself. Break everything down to the simplest form. When you keep things simple, those huge things that seem to be limiting to you are no longer limits. You start looking at them as time to be creative. I've used limitations in my life to work for me, not against me. So every time I think that the best is when somebody else is pushing their belief limitations on you. Okay? And let me give you an example to that. What the doctors believed and what's actually reality is two different stories. Now, had I fallen victim to what others believed and didn't push through it, I wouldn't be sitting here chuckling about it all. Why? Because what I believed pushed me through it all. And I believe there's no limits as long as we complicate things for ourselves. Okay, we do it all the time. With the I can'ts and I should have and I could have and what if and why and why me, and we make all kinds of excuses for our limitations, and we make all kinds of cop out, like we cop out in the biggest form instead of using a limitation to be creative. Kick off a door of exploration, of an adventure of, learning. So today I want you to really take a look at your limitations. And I want you to go past that just a little more. Okay? Don't limit yourself in any shape, way, or form. Why I say this is, the universe has a bigger picture. We're all part of a game plan. You woke up this morning. You were given life, which I hope you're grateful for. And I hope that you voiced it, that you're very grateful. And I hope you reminded yourself why you're grateful. And I hope you set a high vibe. This universe, like I've been trying to say, everything's part of a bigger picture. Okay? What you may get stuck in, your limitations and your poor me's and your creation of whatever stories you're trying to live, because you're either sitting there whining about your life or you're getting the most out of it. So, and anything in between, whatever you may think is limiting you, I can't do this because I don't have that, or I need this to be able to do that, or it's a shit show story. Okay? It's a bunch of excuses. There's so many tools out there to change our lives. There's so many people out there that are pushing forward to help others. It's not like when I was growing up, where, we stayed in the limitation of being shackled to the shame of whatever was happening in our lives, because there was no help. Instead of help, it was shh, 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 shh. Okay? If I can grow up and grow out of that and understand that, everything that's happened to me in my life is not a limitation, hey. Don't let anything in your life limit you. Don't let there be any situation, person, place, thing, nothing limit you. Ever. Because you're robbing yourself if you do. You can do anything. Way back when, somewhere along the line, they took I'm possible and made it into impossible to fit into the belief systems that we've been programmed with. There's nothing impossible as long as you are possible. As long as you're breathing, you can do anything. Absolutely anything. Doesn't matter what you're suffering, infuse love into it. Leveling up, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things and a lot of people in my life that are limiting to me. Okay, my environment is limiting to me. My relationships are limiting to me. Because there are very few people like me. I said similarities. Okay? Yes, there's a lot of like-minded people out there that are conscious and enlightened. But these people are not living what I've lived. These people haven't survived as many times as I have. These people don't have or have had the opportunity to actually reconnect and meet their higher self, and I have. But I needed to. Because I needed to understand that there are no limits in order for my journey to continue here. Nothing will limit me, and I don't want anything to limit you. Nothing. Nothing. Make better choices for yourselves. Make better choices for the people that you love. Love yourself. Infuse love into everything you do. Your truest nature is infinite, unconditional love. Okay? Nothing but. That's what's fueling your life experience here. So all of those limiting belief systems that you have, and all of the limitations that you give yourself, don't do it. Ask the universe to let things play out the way that they should. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from with that. We all set goals, yes, okay, and we all set things that we want, all right? Let me use, how could I, I'll use this example. Because the universe is infinite possibilities, okay? And because our subconscious mind works the way it does, and because we are meant to be able to actually tap into our powers, the creators that we are, and think anything into existence. All right? But let me put it this way. Why would I ask the universe for $1,000 when my birthright to abundance allows me a lot more than that? That's what I mean about limiting. There are so many things that we ask for, but we give it a determined, limited belief system to it. Allow the universe to decide. Because there are infinite possibilities. Allow your soul to guide you. Allow any limitation to be a chance and an opportunity for you to thrive forward and create. Okay? Don't let anything stop you. I want you to push past that uncomfortable comfort of stagnation. Okay? Because we allow ourselves to get stagnant. That's what it is. No change, no growth, no evolvement. That's, that's one thing I don't want to be, is stagnant in any shape, way, or form. That word just makes me not feel right. I want to be a fresh flowing river. Okay? I want to be constantly tapped into the knowing where I'm a very, very small speck in this big scheme of things, but nothing's going to limit me here. But I've had to come to this point. It doesn't take overnight, but it took a lot of pushing past my limits. And I still do. I test myself every day. And who cares if I can't overcome that little limitation that day? Tomorrow I get a second chance as long as I'm alive. Simple. Just like today. I'm going to push past my limitations. That's what I do. Bring on the limits. Because that's, like I said before a couple of times, that's where you tap into your most creative power. But what's happened to us is we get stuck. We get stuck in a poor me syndrome. We get stuck in the shame of it. And we get stuck not knowing what we want. And all of the of it all. Okay? Push past it. So today, okay, look, I've talked a lot about all kinds of different things. And I've always said pen and paper, pen and paper, pen and paper. If you don't identify what your limitations are, or what you're limiting yourself by, then you can't change it. Nobody can give you these answers. You got to go in within yourself. And, you may sit there and say, oh, nothing's limiting me. Oh yeah? I bet $1,000 that I could pull out 10 of your limitations in a 10-minute conversation. So, look at what's limiting you. Again, how are you going to do that? Well, every time you go to say you can't do something, mark it down. Or record yourself. That's even better. Hey, record yourself every time you're given an excuse as to why you can't do something. Especially when it's those stories about, 20 years ago this happened. So therefore today I can't. That's limiting. Oh, last week. Yeah. Look at all your limitations today. I really want you to, face to face with them. Because you can't change them unless you identify them. But yeah, it's grueling work. This stuff is not fun to do. But it changes your life. And once you get past the not fun stuff, and you can actually embrace loving yourself, it changes. Life gets better, no matter what. You know, I can be very honest with you right now in saying this. Every morning that I open my eyes and I'm grateful, and I remind myself of all the things to be grateful for. And I thank the sun for rising, and I do my rituals every morning. You know, even after all of that, I've got a list about a mile long of all of the reasons, excuses and validations as to why I can remain limited in my life. Every day I have that. It's there if I want to use it. But when you come to realize that that stuff is the most limiting stuff in your life, you're going to stay away from it. Yes, a lot of things limit me in my life, just like everybody else. But I choose to override that. And I don't let it pull me back from something. When I see that I'm limited here or there or here or there, okay, that's okay. Because I may not understand it, or I may not know how I created that for myself, or I may not know how to get past it, but I don't need to. What I need to do is identify where I am, how I got there, be loving of that, be grateful of the learning, no matter how hard it is, because it's all part of the bigger picture. Now, if I get stuck in the learning of it all, which isn't easy, it's not a walk in the park, especially when you see things the way I do. You know what? Let me be very clear about this. On a daily basis, I watch people destroy their lives because of their own self-beliefs. That's what it comes down to. And these belief systems have been installed by the limited belief systems of our parents, of our grandparents, of our ancestors, who are influencing us every day. Now, these belief systems are built on a paradigm of what you've absorbed and taken in since birth. It destroyed my life for so long. Yes, there's limitations to it. Yes, you know what? No matter what I'm doing, I have to understand that it's a part of a bigger picture. And I may not understand it just like all the shit I've had to live in my life. Yeah, okay, I didn't understand it when I was going through it. No, I didn't. But that's okay, because I do now. You gotta just allow some things to learn. And you gotta unshackle yourself from believing that you're limited in any shape, way, or form. Oh, well, I can't do this because I got that. You know what? Change your talks. Change how you speak to people. Change how you excuse yourself from being the greatest person possible. Because that's what it comes down to. All of these excuses of the limitations and all of the excuses of why you can't do whatever, it's self-infliction of self-sabotage. Understand that, because you're excusing your own self from standing up and being the person you're supposed to be. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Anyway, I don't want to be on long this morning. I think my lives are going to be staying at around a half an hour every morning. But I just want to let you all know that I love you all very much, infinitely, unconditionally. That's what I'm sourced by, and so are you. And we've been given an extra day. That's how I see it, because tomorrow's not promised to anybody. And the universe doesn't owe us another day in our experience. That's why don't limit yourself and get the most out of your day. Get the most out of your experience, period. Don't let anybody talk you out of anything. Do what's right for you. Don't limit yourself. You got one life right now, one shot at this right now. You got today. Why don't you play today as if it was your last day? Because that's what I do. I try to be so content at the end of my day that if I should not wake up tomorrow morning, it's okay. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself from what you can do, from what, be loving in all that you say and do. The world needs more love. And don't limit the love that you have for yourself or for others, because that's what we all need. All right? Step out of that comfort zone today. It'll do you a world of good. Anyway, love you all. Have a great day. I got a lot of things going here. I thought also, too, I'd take the opportunity to let you all know I'm putting the course on pause, the program that I'm putting together. And the reason being is because my soul is telling me that I have a little bit of more learning to do before I wrap up that program. So I'm going to trust that. And I'm in no rush to put it out. But it will be put out when the time is right. So I don't want to limit myself to that July 1st date, because there's a lot, like I said, I've got some heavy duty learning that's coming my way. I can feel it coming, and that's what's going to be able to push me to wrap that program up properly. So anyway, I love you all. Have a great day. Remind yourself what you're grateful for. When you find the things that you're grateful for, hey, you don't have to always limit them to 5, but make them different. All right? Love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. And even if you're going through a hard time, which most of us are, this is the time where you got to love yourself the most. You got to give yourself the love that nobody else is giving you. All right? Be at peace within yourself. It opens creative doors for you. Don't get overwhelmed. Just breathe it in, blow it out, give it to the sky. And don't ask why, because it's all a part of a bigger picture. All right? I love you all. Have a great day. Set a high vibe. Get the most out of your days. Reach out to those that, you haven't reached out to in a while. Reconnect with family if you haven't been connected with them, because that's also very limiting. Okay? Show love to yourself. And those scars that you have, it's okay to have them, but you don't have to carry the pain of them anymore. So infuse some love there. Okay? Don't limit yourself by believing anything other than you're tapped into infinite possibilities of what you can create. All right? And if something doesn't happen for you right away, don't worry about it. Just remember why you want it and set a high vibe. Because what we think we want sometimes doesn't work out for us the way that we think it should because of how we've limited ourselves in our beliefs of it all. And the universe is sometimes, well, more times than none, if something doesn't work out in your favor, it's to protect you from something. That's facts. So, get the most out of your day, everybody. I love you all. Make it count. All right? Push past any limitation that you may think you have today. Because whatever's limiting you is of your own doing. All right? No matter what it is, I don't want to hear excuses. Simple. All right? Love you all. Get the most out of your day. Peace.